Hi, Melissa. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Rashi, Carmel, Rachel, Nasaya, Alan, Ruth. So happy to have you here. Morgan's jumping in.
The next station is Graceville.
So we've got a couple of you guys at work. I can hear Melissa. You good? You're joining, which is good. Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. Now, my voice is a little bit funny. It's been a bit funny for the last couple of days just because I've been talking a lot. So please bear with me. I'm going to continue to possibly do that. So I'm just going to clear my throat.
I love that. Nasaya and Rashida, you're in your separate ones because it's easy just to, when you chat and that, yeah, it's good. Good. How are we all feeling? It's been nearly 3 weeks, so not quite 21 days since our Rise Up conference. How are we all feeling? Have we noticed shifts and changes and all the things? That's okay, Morgan? You're good. You're listening in, which is good. So Ruth. Oh, no, she's connecting to audio. We'll just give her a minute.
There we go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we're super excited to have you all here and excited to find out what's happening for you, what breakthroughs you've had, what insights, what changes you've been seeing. And we really wanted to support you in the next phase of integration. So today we're going to chat a little bit about what you may be experiencing, what might be coming up for you, and then we're going to open up the room for questions and any guidance or support that you're needing, and really just sharing what's on your heart, so then we can support you in that as well. Okay. So I guess to begin with, everyone's journey is different, right? So it's like we want to be mindful and kind to ourselves and have a little bit of peace and acceptance when it comes to the place of recognizing that everyone's journey on this is so different, right? So when we see someone else have different breakthroughs, I want you to start to notice what comes up for you. Yeah. So are you noticing that people are having breakthroughs and you're judging it, or maybe you're like, oh, but what about me? Or are you recognizing it and going, wow, that's amazing, I've also had that breakthrough? Or if that's happening for her or him, that can happen for me. So starting to notice how your thought patterns are starting to shift and change with that too. And we want to just be mindful that your journey is going to be different to other people's journey. So bringing a little bit of love and kindness to that space will actually help support the growth and continuing your journey. Okay. We wanted to speak a little bit before we get started with the questions is where we're focusing our attention, okay, and what's happening for us now. So I would love for you to consider, when it comes to your growth and development, where is your attention? Is your attention on the past? Is your attention on the most present past? Ooh. Or is your attention on the future? So I've just muted everyone so then it works okay for the video, and I'll unmute everyone as well later. So yeah, I wanted to start to consider, where is your current focus attention? Because if our focus attention is on the past, we are going to create more of the past. We're going to bring that into our reality in the present moment. But if our focus is on the future and the present moment, we're going to be continuously focusing on growth. Yeah. So I just want you to bring that into your awareness at the moment.
So you can hit the chat and let us know, where is it currently? Is it past, present, or future?
And no judgment, right? No judgment at all. Just want to start to bring that awareness.
And then also let us know, like in the past few weeks, everything that's been working for you off the back of the conference. So everything that's actually working for you that you've noticed. Future, Mel, that's good. Means you're looking to your growth.
Awesome. Awesome. And I love that because we're taking full responsibility for it, right? We're looking and recognizing that, yes, there was a past, but it doesn't actually have to equal our present or future. So good. Awesome. That's it. And just continuously trying to stay in the present and the future is amazing. And then before we dive into what you may expect, I would love for everyone to share what's an insight or a breakthrough they've had, or a win that they've had that they'd love to share, because the more we celebrate it, the more we welcome more of that into all of our existences. So I'd love for you, if you wanted to, you can pop your mic on and share what's a breakthrough or insight, or if you feel more comfortable in the chat, please do so. We'd love to just open up this space right now to that beautiful abundance.
So who wants to go first?
Go now.
Unmute. Hey, morning.
Morning.
Good to see you.
So I had a photo shoot last week and it cost a lot of money and I didn't get what I needed out of it. So we have to do a little second photo shoot and it's another $300. And well, that's not a lot of money in lockdown. It's pretty hard to earn it. So I just said to the universe, I just need this $300. And I had money put aside for all my bills. And I got an order from where I get my mist preserved. And there was no invoice. And I rang up my beautiful industrial chemist that does it for me. And I said, there's no invoice. She said, Mel, it's free. And I'm like, yeah, but it's $300. And she's like, no, I just want to support you and your business.
Wow.
So there you go.
That's beautiful.
Abundance. Yes, good. Look at that. And so it's because of your mindset. Why do you feel that's happened for you, the shift that's happened for you?
I think I took more ownership of my money and I said that the photo shoot wasn't actually good enough. I'd missed out. And in the past I would have went, oh, well, poor me. I didn't get what I needed. The photographer went a bit rogue. Poor me. And this time I went, actually, no, I really need these shots and I really need to step up and do it no matter what it costs. So.
Amazing. Yeah. So you stepped into and you're like, this is what I'm doing. And then the universe actually, your shift, what happened, your moment of this is what I'm doing. And you actually stepping into that, everything shifted for you. This is how it works. I'm so happy. Good. Good.
And the other key thing too is that you asked for it.
Yeah.
Right. You literally just put it out there and was like, this is what I want. So good.
Yeah.
So Morgan said so much peace during lockdown and the money was still flowing. So we're seeing a bit of that happening. Yes. Awesome. Morgan, you can unmute if you want and share. Rachel Big playing
she's on
big.
the train.
Is she? Okay. Lots of big names and want to talk to me, which has never happened before. Yes. Honey, unmute. That's amazing.
Yeah. I've never thought that I was good enough to talk to the big guys, but I've had like the head of philanthropy from Oxfam and World Vision reaching out to me and things like that. And potential investors want to invest in Hello Good World. We had our pitch a couple of weeks just after the event and that went really well. So yeah, I didn't actually ask for investment at the end, but people say, I know you're not asking for investment, but how much do you want? And that's just
amazing,
unheard of. That has never happened in my other business before.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I know, huge, right? So you're rewiring, just so you guys all know, because you're like, what's happening or where and what, just to give you guidance around what was actually embedding within you in the last 3 weeks was quite literally you being seen, you being the go-to, you actually have magnetizing money, you actually doing, getting out of your own way, feeling worthy, feeling enough. So in the past, Rachel, you felt like maybe you weren't enough. And what shifted was the fact that, hey, I am, and that's gone. And what happened as a result was this was coming in. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Just so you know, because sometimes we don't know why and where these things have happened, but that was what's rewiring within you this whole time. Really,
because
really
you're literally becoming the vibrational match of that, right? And so then you're opening up those doors and it's just like, okay, here it is.
Yeah.
So good. Oh, so proud of you. So that's just awesome. Just awesome. So much, so many big things happening for you. It's just amazing.
And I had a week off.
Right.
And I didn't work for a week of the last 3. So
see that ease.
It happens.
It happens. It's allowing that, and it does. That's epic. So at the conference, trust was a really big thing, wasn't it, Christine? So it's it's really in that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
So Nasaya did her beautiful video on Instagram and Facebook, which was absolutely vulnerable. Like she shared so incredibly. Honestly, like we just want to acknowledge you, beautiful, because that is not easy to do. And to be able to put yourself out there and have that open up with your friends and your family, that just is massive. So I'd love to know if there's anything that has come from that or how you feel about that now. I would love to hear that. And if for anyone here who is not sharing any wins, I want you to look even further because they are there, but maybe you haven't acknowledged them just yet. So wins, what you've overcome, something that's shifted for you. I'd love you just to continue to think about that and keep sharing. Awesome. So Alex and Rashi, it's coming up. So things are happening just like that.
Yeah. So Nasaya, did you want to share?
Yeah, I guess not really much, but yeah, for the people that obviously don't follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I kind of posted like a 5-minute video on like, I guess, how my journey went from where I started to where I am now. And yeah, not a lot of people knew that about me because, like, obviously in my social life and sport life, I kind of hid that. So yeah, it was a very big step for me to put that out and let people realize that. And I think the main thing that I got from it is that, like, so many people are going through the same thing I went through, and like I would have had no idea. Like, and all the love and stuff I got from that, like, I realized that there are a lot of other people going through that. And yeah, I guess now my mission is to kind of help people my age. And I don't know, like, I kind of, yeah, I don't know, want to help people my age now. And like, when I went to the conference, my whole thing was about sport and exercise, and like that was my main thing. But now, posting that video, I've decided that, yeah, I just want to help people with their mental health more so yeah.
Oh, amazing. And that's what incredible leaders do. They go first, right? And share vulnerably. And that opens up, that's a beautiful way to open up that conversation to allow others to open up to you too, which is just such an incredible quality in a coach. So that's so good.
Yeah.
So good. Amazing. So for those of you who are jumping on, we're sharing any insights, breakthroughs, or wins. So who else would like to share?
Any of the changes that you've noticed off the back of the conference and your rewiring. So keep going. Nasaya, that was amazing. I froze on my screen, but I heard everything. So just, yeah, coming back in. So who else wants to share? Melissa, I can see you. Unmute, honey. No hiding here.
No hiding, no hiding. A lot has happened for me. I've been sitting in the past, but also being anxious about the future, but all that's changed. I got a pay rise. I've just pretty much redesigned my boss's business from start to finish. We're about to grow again. I've done a 5-year forecast with a 800% growth expectation. I'm hiring again, which I did have recruitment on hold, but I'm hiring probably 3 more people to start with. And by the end of the year, there'll probably be another 5. We're in a tough time in the industry, but we're growing and there's more money coming. So that's good. I'm about to buy another house.
Good.
So
much is happening. So much is happening.
It's all happening. Yeah.
I've started my book.
excellent.
I'm having a story written about me that's going to media print shortly. Going back to a promotion, the boss is trying to give me a new title, and I'm procrastinating. But he just said I don't fit in the where I should be sitting right now. He said I should be more. So I'm become very patient and calm, and I've stepped into my feminine. And whilst there's been stress for other people, I've been able to be a very big strength in the business for them, especially the boss. I've been his sounding board and his support for once. And
Beautiful.
I've finally planned and finished planning my wedding this morning.
Amazing.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to happen. It is going to happen.
Yep.
Despite the unprecedented energies and times. Okay. I feel really, it's going to happen. You're going to be fine. 2nd of October. Yeah.
And I would even think about, like, when it comes to be mindful of the language that you're using to describe the current reality. Like, when we use tough times, we experience tough times. Whereas what if this was the best time for your business to thrive? Right? Like, we don't know that for a fact, but what if it was? And it's the way that we utilize that language. Like, I remember seeing a speaker speak about this, and he was like, but what if this was literally the best time in the world to exist right now? Like, what if this was the happiest time that you could be living right now? Right? It's all a choice. It's absolutely all a choice. So we get to shift and change that. So I would, really think about the language that you're using to describe your existence, for sure. So good. Any other insights? Any other wins?
So more specific, how are you feeling? So really tapping into is there an energetic shift in how you're feeling that's translating in the way that you show up in your current reality? Have you noticed the way you're showing up is different? You're more confident, things are just happening for you, you're more at peace, more calm, more of those things. Are we seeing all of that? A lot more neutral, Rashi. Yep. That.
Nice.
Yeah. That's
awesome.
everything. Yeah.
And for those who don't have the cameras on, if you want to use the chat, feel free.
Paris?
Paris.
I just unmuted. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Claire,
Share.
Yeah, you look good, by
Oh.
the way. Nice haircut.
Thank you.
Looks so good.
Yes, that's been a bit of a shift. Yeah, I've been having lots of sort of do have the relationship conundrum. However, in between all that, I've found that I've been more positive, more confident, shall I say?
Good.
Yeah, confident when I've gone to say something or do something. So then there is a little bit of an interesting energy around that, is that as soon as I tend to do the confident thing, it looks like I then bring something out to dismember the confidence.
What does that mean?
Create a situation instead of allowing the confidence to be there.
So you
I then
sabotage.
I find something to
She sabotaged. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so
Sabotage,
can
yeah.
we have a raise of hands? Is there anybody that sabotaged over the last few weeks? Was there any sabotage that came up?
Little or
Patience,
big.
Claire? Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah,
We're
it's
gonna
been
talk to
big,
that.
actually. Yeah,
We're going to
yeah.
talk to that because I guarantee
We're gonna
you
talk to
that others have been sabotaging. They may not realize it yet.
Yeah.
We're going to hour some stuff because your rewiring is still going at the moment until when you guys started listening on Sunday, Monday night. Is that right?
Sunday
After the
night, yeah.
conference? Yeah. So Monday is the 21 days. So we're going to flush some stuff out while you're still in this vortex of it to ensure that you're not sabotaging anything.
Mm.
All right. So it's good
Awesome.
that you brought that out, but it's good to see that you're confident. Yeah, you've got the
Yeah.
upper limit that's hitting, but it's coming. It's there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's it. The more we can bring awareness to what is working, the more of that we create, right?
Yeah.
So the more we focus on that, that's actually how we allow ourselves to feel safe in that space in order to do that behavior or in order to be in that way, right? So,
And
so
I think
good.
it feels, to me, it feels like it's sort of a bit like the wonderful person is getting into this for being able to just allow that confidence to happen
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
It's unleashing it.
yeah, and trust that confidence. So
Yeah.
the brain's going, oh God, that feels so good. No.
Yeah, that's right. That's cool. That's what it is,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You literally
Like, oh,
just
this is
described
It was so good.
self-sabotage.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like, is this even
Oh.
happening, or is this too good to be true? And then we bring ourselves back to a set level. If you guys haven't read The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks, I would highly recommend you get this book and read. You can read this book in a day. It is such an easy book, and it talks
Yeah.
about upper limits, so that you could be, just when you hit a set point, something's like, nah, something happens that brings you down. Like, or
Yes, and we
or you'll
create it
sabotage in
too.
another area. Like, no, if this is going good, we're going to do something in another area that's going to disrupt it. Can't
Yeah.
have Claire too happy.
No. Oh, God, no. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an incredible book. I've read it
But
But for
so
me to
so
be
many
able
times.
to laugh and joke with it too right now, that's a big shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, right? We don't have to make it so serious, do we? We can just
Yeah.
literally
Yeah.
just go, isn't that interesting? Right? No
Yeah.
judgment allows us to actually accept it and move past it, which is so
Mm.
good. Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing, Claire. That's great.
You're welcome. So now do I put it back onto unmute
Yeah.
whilst everybody else
Yeah. And
is
then
doing their
anytime you
thing?
want to speak,
Yeah.
just unmute. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
So Paris says, my coping skills have changed in terms of your business. You're not emotional and down on yourself when a mistake happens or something like that happens.
Oh,
Yes,
amazing.
Yes, go Paris. Alan, what's the yes, yes, yes? What do
Gotta
you
give us a little bit more than that.
yes?
He's going to type. Okay, so Mel said neutral but restless and want to grow. Yeah, isn't that interesting? It's such a really cool space to be in because we feel like it's like go time, right? And it's allowing yourself to go, it can feel a little bit restless. And what is that energy? And how can we transmute that into a positive energy to keep moving us forward, which is really awesome. So good. Okay, anybody else? Who else hasn't shared? Marianne, what's going on with you? You need to unmute. There we go.
Hello, everyone. So good to see you.
Yay! Blossom.
Yeah, I suppose lots going on. Like normally I'd be at work today, but I am not. Somehow I have forgotten to pay for my blue card, so I actually can't work in childcare at the moment. So
Isn't that interesting?
isn't that interesting, considering I do say every day I'm looking forward to getting out of the industry.
You got to be
But
careful.
I'm waiting for my house to be built because I just need the two things. I need that permanent flow of money coming through. I need that consistency. So yeah. So, but I was very neutral about it. I was like, oh,
That's
okay.
interesting. Yeah, that's cool.
I've got lots of packing boxes in the garage, so I'm going to pack. Because my house should be ready at the end of September. So I have my certification course and on this weekend of the 17th. So at least if I'm all packed and ready to go, the universe knows it's happening. I did lock in. I did pay for my business name yesterday.
Excellent.
So yes, I got that.
So exciting.
Yep, that's sorted. So there's a lot, but I'm very how can I say
Heady.
like so heady.
Yeah, I can feel that. So
Oh.
yeah, I could feel there's a collective energy that's very heady, or it's almost like on edge.
It's full on.
You need to double ground right now, body. not
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, because I'm just like I couldn't actually even add the money magnet course into everything that's going on. I was just like,
yeah. Let me speak to that, because we've had Claire the same thing happen. So the money magnet bonus you've got for the next 12 months, that's there and available for you to sign up in the next 12 months. That means you don't have to do it now.
Yeah.
Right. So that's where it comes in really super handy for you, when maybe 3 months down the track, you're like, okay, I'm ready for my next level. Versus you trying to get it all in now. You're not needing to get it all in now. Right now, you're in integration. You're integrating what we've just done with you.
Yeah.
And then this is available for you as a separate thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I just feel like I've got a hammer in my third eye.
Yeah.
Just going.
Yeah.
And then just, and I know it'll settle. I know it's settled. Like, that's that part of transformation of, so I'm very aware of that.
Yeah.
And the other interesting thing I want to add to that, sorry, Rose, did you want to go?
Go on, no.
Is what you were saying earlier about how, like, you've been saying out loud that you're excited to step into your business, and then the universe is always listening. So you just got to be super careful.
I know. I'm just like, hang on a sec. I'm right in the middle of paying a mortgage and rent. This is not quite the time, but I will use these days wisely.
So I did the same. Like, it's so interesting. Like, I did the same when I had a part-time role while I was building my business, and I was so comfortable in it. And I was like, yeah, this will be really good. I'll just do this for the next 6 months. And then by then I'll be ready to step out full time. And then the contract was like cut in half. And then they were like, okay, you can finish up in a week. And I was like, oh my God, how am I going to pay my mortgage? But you know what was interesting was it made me step up. Yeah. Right. Because it's like you get a choice where you're asking the universe for what you want, and the universe is delivering, and you get to decide what you're going to do with that.
Yeah.
So
I just thought I let them know that, it was once I'm in the new house.
Yeah, the universe
is opening for you. It's actually taking you to your next right step, and it's asking you to fully trust versus be in here. So the ego
and
mind,
I do because I go here and then I go, it's okay, it's all happening for me. I know that. I'm very aware. Like, I don't get myself wound up or upset.
No,
I just know that it is.
Yeah.
And just to really use the time and enjoy the time, and
it's all happening for you.
Yes.
But getting your foot, so you know how you've taken your foot out, now you're 2 feet in. You are now 2 feet in, and it's asking
Yeah.
you to step up. Like you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm in, I'm going, I'm doing it. Versus
Yes.
the energy of wait, one foot on
Yeah.
the brake, one foot on the gas. Don't
Yeah.
do that. It's like you're 2 feet in.
Yes.
Okay, I'm stepping up to that door. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Yes?
I'm yes. Woo. I'm going there.
All right.
I'm
And
going
I know we all always take what we can from, and we learn from other people that, you know, are speaking to this. We spoke about this on the weekend, like we are all a mirror of each other. So as other people are sharing, I want you to start to consider how is this also true for you.
Some of them are going to go out now.
Hang on again. Yeah, so being mindful of like what mirror is being shown to you and how can you address that for yourself as well. It might be in a different way, but there'll be some element of it that'll be true for you, which is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anybody else? Who else have we got still to share? So good.
Libby
So good.
and
If you
Ruth.
can't jump on camera, can you pop in the chat what's changed for you since the conference? And
So
Ruth, where's
Rashida's
Ruth?
so much
There we
better
are.
emotionally in our house. Boys are boys. That's good. There's a lot of girls in your house, Rashida. Yes. Good. Beautiful. Hi, Libby.
Oh, there you are.
Look at this ethereal background.
Pardon me. Yeah. Otherwise, it's a virtual background. It's not actual real. Otherwise, you'll be looking straight into my massive dirty warehouse. So, and there can be some staff in the background. So I thought a virtual one would suit me today. What's different? I think, you know, your prompt before, like the way that I'm showing up in things, has probably been the biggest change. I've had a lot of part of our growth and the issues that we've been having is that I was trying to do everything at once, and it was too big of what I was trying to take on and accomplish was too big. And rather than, and then of course my time expectation was way too quick. So what's been really interesting is that I've always been chaotic in and trying to take everything on in terms of jumping from this to this to this to this, thinking that that's progress. And then in the last couple of weeks, not sitting back, but being more peaceful in the way that I approach the day and being more protective around my boundaries with my team. So not jumping in and firefighting or not having emotional responses to issues that have come up and more gone, that's interesting. Okay, what does that say about the communication within the business? You know, all of those types of things has actually meant that all of the big roadblocks that I thought were massive roadblocks to getting us to the next step are actually just literally like, one was a 5-minute admin exercise. The other one was actually having a conversation with our insurance company and then, you know, unlocking the fact that all this new company structures and things like that actually, you know, yeah. So all of the answers just came from kind of chipping away and doing bit by bit, which I was able to do and do more. So I've achieved more in the last 6 weeks, the last couple of weeks, and then what I've got planned for the next couple of weeks. So it'll be 6 weeks that I had originally put down for 6 months in my strategy plan.
Wow.
So we've just received word that we've won, I think it's something like 13 sites in Victoria, another 9 sites in New South Wales. So here I was kind of going for a revenue goal and thinking that I'll take 6 months to get that. And I've done it in this month.
Oh, well
So-
done. My God. Wow. It's so interesting. Like it's, and the other key thing is like, I believe it was the element of going, well, I'm actually going to look at the numbers. I'm going to do the thing that I said I was going to do with the invoices. Everyone remember Shane talking about the invoices at the conference? Like Libby sent me a video.
We haven't even
all
finished.
all the invoices. But when you're respecting money in that way, and you're actually allowing yourself to receive, because it was like all this output, but then you weren't actually allowing the receiving to come. It's like integrating that cycle that needs to happen. And with doing that, more abundance comes.
And it's to the point where now what we're receiving, we're actually, it feels like the business is holding it and then
good,
putting it, like sending it out the way that we want it to go, like to directing the flow. Whereas before it was literally like a bucket with a hole in the bottom.
Yeah. Because
and we were scared of the hole.
Yes.
We were always scared of, oh, if we bring it in, it'll just all go. So, you know, now it's things like we've onboarded a new staff member, and then we've looked at the projected work, and we've actually gone, well, hang on a minute, we need 3 more people, not 1 more. So, you know, and rather than it taking on the person based on what their salary is going to cost the business, looking at it going, well, hang on a minute, this actually means that we can flesh out that team. Oh, this means that our client experience actually is totally different because these people now aren't worrying about this part of, so we've just, and then a lot more, like I can feel our team getting restless from they like this new culture, they like the new flavor, and now they're bringing up everything that I think they were holding back before, which might be all the answers that we actually were needing.
So good.
From a work sense, so from a work sense, you know, that's great. And then for me as a leader, probably from the conference, I've just been, I've always been a good connector in industry, meeting people that I really should have no business meeting and finding value there somehow. But one of those relationships I kickstarted again because I was invited off the cuff to a lunch, went along, basically took a free ticket, and met this old contact and got invited into this whole new loop of people that deal with data surveillance and surveillance and this whole issue that we're having with the valences. And it turns out there's a huge piece of ethics in geography globally that actually fits in really neatly with how we were trying to put a values overlay to the work that we do. And so I went along to their webinar conference, a global conference with Arizona State University and a lot of Australian universities yesterday morning, and met the grandfather of data valence, which is huge in what I'm really passionate about as a leader. And here I am talking to this guy who's had like 30 years experience. And, you know, from a curiosity, like from a place of just asking questions and wanting to learn more. And now I've actually gone, oh my gosh, is this, do you know what I mean? This whole area, and the comments that what we're finding in industry are actually making an impact in their world. And their world, I've found that I've got a flow of validity, or like that, I've got the answer to my imposter syndrome, not because it's someone else doing it and it's like, see what they say, but it's like I can actually translate what industry is saying and feed the relevance into where we sit in industry. So
so good.
You know, like Twitter is going, nuts. And it's just
it's that piece of like now like leveling up, like you're literally stepping in and going, like, I absolutely can contribute to this conversation, and coming from that place of curiosity rather than doubt and fear. Right, it's a whole other
and
space,
I didn't
which
have
is
to go to
awesome.
university and get an IT degree or become
Exactly.
you know, like do a master's in geography, which is what I would usually do, like lock down and you know, try and take it all on myself. So you know, that version of you know, my communication style with my team and as a leader was something that you know, I've been much better at staying neutral and then taking steps forward. So
Oh, so powerful, Libby. That's just awesome. Well done.
Major
good.
energetic
Mhm.
upgrades that are landing
Yeah,
right now,
so
which is
good.
good. This is the space where it's landing. So
And
good.
it's,
Mhm.
and what was it? I think, I'm sorry, one of you said it in the conference, and it's stuck up on my doorway at home, that you'll come up against people that don't fit and it'll rub, like it'll
Create resistance.
yeah. So that's been really interesting to see people that I would not have thought would challenge that version, and you know, being able to say, okay, that's not so much of a fit anymore, not contorting myself.
To try and fit. Awesome. That's so good, right? Because then you'll start to attract the right people, which will be an absolute perfect fit. And it's that almost test of the universe that is like, well, hang on a minute, are you going to accept less than you deserve? And if you do, then you'll get more of that. Whereas if you're like, no, okay, bye. And then just turn your focus to the people that are worthy of that, and then allow yourself to welcome that in. So good. Oh, so excited for you. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Libby.
Thanks, Libby. I want to speak to where the negative kind of kicks in for you guys. And I want you to know that part of the rewiring, your rewiring will go to the places where you need it the most, not necessarily where you want it, but where you need it. Okay. And that's where it will take. It will take the path of least resistance. And that's where the doors will start opening for you. Anything perceived negative that has come up isn't actually negative. It is for you. It means things are falling away so that the right things can come into place. Does this make sense? So it's allowing that and trusting that it's actually doing all of that. I've had clients that come to me going, well, this is happening, I'm like, this is fucking great. Sorry for you, but this is great. It means it's working. It means everything is shifting. There's a lot of energy moving, and you need to be, let's say, flexible in moving with the energy versus rigid in your ego or needing it to be a certain way, because that's the ego saying I need it to be a certain way. So just so you guys know that actually everything, both the perceived good and the bad, it's all working its way through that spiral for you. Okay, just to let that land. But Ruth, you won the lotto. Did you get millions? We get millions?
How good. Raised her fees. So she just popped in the chat, playing it neutral, sold my house, raised my fees, and had a lotto win. So definitely things are on the move. Yeah, absolutely. I would absolutely say that. So good. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So what I thought we could do now is jump into some question time. So if there's anything that has come up for you that you'd like support with. So the way that I want to do this is, we can often get caught up in a little bit of story and backstory. So to be really mindful of our time today, to get around to a few people, what I would love for you to do is just start with, my question is, okay? So if you start with my question is, and then elaborate what your question is. If we need backstory, we will ask a question. Otherwise, we will end up getting caught up in this all backstory and stuff that we don't necessarily need. So I want you to start with what is my question is, and then follow through. So this is,
so whatever's on your heart.
It's going to open the chat, and sorry, open the floor. Who would like to ask a question?
Okay, and if there's any sabotage that's coming up, we'll flush that out along the way. Okay.
No,
don't be shy. Look how quiet this room is, right? Like, come on, you guys. You went like this at the conference. Let's go. What do we
go for it?
Okay,
Marianne,
my question is, is it clear? Anybody else wanting to go?
Marianne's going to go, but you can go next. She can go next.
Okay.
It's fine. Who's going to go first? Sorry, I said she can go, but I meant you can go next.
Okay, sorry.
Marianne.
My question
Sorry, Marianne,
is,
go for it.
Sorry, my question is, when we get so heady like this, what is the best grounding tool that we can use to really let it integrate? And
so what currently are you doing? What strategy are you currently using? What tool are you currently using to support this?
I don't really, I meditate.
Yeah.
I do your the fear hypnotherapy one that you had. I was doing that for a couple of mornings, and then I realized, well, I'm not really scared of anything. And I am quite calm. Because I feel I've already worked through all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. So currently, because there's so much going on, I
Yeah.
really don't have a tool at the moment.
Okay. So we need to ground you because there's too much in here, right? And there's many grounding things. So what's a really good ground? I can give you all the tools, but I want you to tell me the grounded kind of way. What grounds Marianne? Because what will ground me will be different to you. So for me, it will be meditating in the morning. I'll double ground on that. Like today I had to do 2 because of the energy is actually, the collective energy is quite heady and it's quite on edge.
Yeah.
There's a kind of an anxiousness in the air. So for me, I will double down on my meditation. I'll walk. So I'll spend time in Mama Nature. Like I will actually drop out, unplug, spend time to get grounded, put my feet on the grass, like that. Just like I'm here, and connect to source. So for you, what would that be for you?
Yeah, I don't mind. At the moment, while I'm not working, it's easy to go for a walk and do that stuff.
Yeah.
I suppose with meditation, I find it challenging to actually I need like a guided meditation. It sort of keeps me in the meditation. Otherwise, my mind goes all over. There's sort of the right kind of meditation, I suppose.
Yeah, so I'll drop you what I listen to. You're going to love him. It's David G. He's on SoundCloud. I'll drop it all for you guys. And there's a Transform Fear to Trust meditation. There's 15-minute meditations that you can do, and it's guided. And all you've got to do is plug in and listen and just receive.
Awesome.
And there's awesome stuff with that. Okay.
Awesome.
For me, that's what I plug into every morning. Like I wake up with him. I go to bed with him. Here's my go-to. Right. So I'll drop you that. There's also other things like, so you're doing the rewiring in the morning. Is that right?
No, I do it at night. But I was doing the other one that you put on the Facebook page. The
safe.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't. No. You're good. You're already in that state. So for you need meditation.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a difference. So I'll drop you that. Okay. Would that help you? Did you?
I would really love that and appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. And then the heady thing. So Christine was like, so I was thinking, I was just channeling you, so, but the heady around, if you're too much in the head and the action center, remember what we did at the conference, the action isn't coming from the head, the go, do, all of this, it's the gut. So feeling what you're doing. So if you're too in here, this needs to be a tool, just an instrument of what your heart is saying and your gut is saying. So if there's anything related to, if you're actually taking action from the head, we need to get you out of the head and more into. So is that?
I don't think it was really. No, sometimes I feel like it's because I've done the whole Lionsgate meditation on Sunday. Then we did the evening one on Monday with Sarah Louise. Sometimes I feel what happens is I get downloaded with a whole lot of stuff, and then it needs to take time to
land.
Land in there. And
so I find the best thing for that is nature, like literally sitting on the grass for as long as you feel you need, because you need to allow that to fully integrate into the rest of your body. If it's still sitting up here, it actually hasn't fully landed. So utilizing the earth to do that, whether it's the ocean, whether it's grass, like whatever it feels right for you, just going and grounding for as long as you can without any other form of distraction. So getting rid of your phone and just literally sitting there, eyes in the sky. And the other thing is allowing yourself to have no consumption. So giving your mind space, because if it needs to actually process and figure out what the hell's going on, all the things and what it means, is that if we're putting more stuff in, it doesn't have the space to do that. So
that's so true, because that's what I just keep doing, is filling it up.
You've got to take a break. You've got to give it white space. So that's where it's like going for a walk, but with no music. Like nothing in your ears, getting out into nature and sitting there with nothing and just having white space, and giving your mind that creativity, or whether it's like mindfulness in regards to like coloring in, where it's like you're giving your brain something focused to do, but it's not actually consuming information.
Yes, I do need to.
Because you're in energetic upgrades and you've got a lot of light codes that need landing. So you need to be in the space of being. And actually this is we're in the portal, you're in the 8-8 portal, but you need to allow the quantum leaps to land. not go to the
Yes.
next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Like let them land and
Yes.
allow that, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Mhm,
that's
mm.
okay.
Totally
You've got to
makes
give yourself
sense.
permission though, Marianne, because I
Mm.
think part of you is like, well, I need to be doing something productive, or I need to be doing something in this, and you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
The other meditation that I quite like to get out of my head is a body scan, which you can find on any meditation app. So Insight Timer, Calm, like all of them have it. It's just a basic body scan. So it could be 10, 15 minutes where it's just scanning different parts of the body. And that actually helps to get you out of your head as well. Yeah, cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Thanks, Marianne, for the question. Amazing. Claire, do you want to ask your question? Then we'll go to the chat box. My question is.
Okay. It is to do with the same thing, really, being in my head a lot and reacting from the head rather than being grounded. I've been doing a lot of the meditations. Your answer to Marianne is interesting, because for me to sit there still without sort of just doing, is trusting that that's actually working.
And that's the work, right? It's like, that's the work. And if we can't, if it's about building that relationship with yourself to enjoy your own company, and you do not need anything else. You don't need anything else. And so that's the work. And if it's just with the like 5 minutes, and then you expand it to 10 minutes where you just do nothing and you just sit there and enjoy, like, we are so closed off to what's available to us to see in what the world is presenting to us, because we're so busy. We're so busy all the bloody time. Whereas if you sat in nature, like the other day I went and I sat in the park and just sat on the grass and just literally had my whole body, I literally got to the point where I laid down because I was like, I really need this, and allowed myself just to fully immerse myself in that experience. And the things I wouldn't have seen if I had just gone there to ground quickly and just gone back to my day, I would have missed out on the beauty that I could see, the trees, the sky, the clouds, the animals that presented themselves. Like, all of that beauty that we're missing out on is the space that we need just to be. You don't have to be anything else. Yeah.
Being present to what is.
And yes, and so the meditations that you mentioned to Marianne would be good for me too, because
they're in, it's in the chat, honey. I've dropped it. Soundcloud.com,
and we'll pop it in the Facebook group too. Awesome.
Okay, when
Thanks,
you say
Claire.
the chat, what do you mean by the chat?
Down the bottom of Zoom, there's a little box that says chat, and it's probably got some notifications there.
And
people are popping questions in there.
Hang on, I've got it. It's at the top of the screen. Whoopsie.
Oh, there. If you're on iPad, sorry, you're on iPad, so it's in a different spot. Sorry.
Okay, no. So what is that with mute, stop video, share content?
You'll see chat. It's saying chat next to it.
Yeah. Okay. Keep looking, and we'll also put it in the Facebook group as well, so you've got it there too. And we'll keep moving on to the questions.
Yeah, I haven't found it yet, but I'm guessing I will.
Okay. So Rachel's
question. Yes, thank you. So
I was going to pop you on mute, Claire.
Great, thank you very much. This is what I need. A friend to be able to help me with the directions.
Okay, Rachel. Okay, your question is, how do we keep on this higher vibration? Is that the first question? Yeah. How do we keep on this higher vibration for as long as possible? Awesome. I'm going to speak this quickly, and then I'm sure Rosie wants to add to this. It comes with practice. Right? One, we want to be conscious of the fact that the world and the life experience is 50-50. So we're never actually going to be able to be on there 100% of the time. That's absolutely impossible. And we don't want that to be, because it's like we're here on this plane to actually have that full existence of what human life is about. And that's all the emotions, it's all the thoughts, it's all the high and low vibrations. How we stay on the highest vibration is we find what allows us to be in that high vibration, and we practice that more and more. So what is it that gives you that high vibration, and how can you be in that more? Yeah, because it's going to be different for everyone, right? Like, I can't go and say what works for me, because that might not work for you. So for me, like, to get into a high vibration, I will utilize music, because that's just one of my soul's joys, is dancing and movement, right? It's meditation. It's allowing myself to find a feel-good thought. So whenever I'm in a lower vibration, I'm actually going, well, what's that thought, and what's the feeling that thought is creating? Well, how could I find a better feeling thought than that? Yeah, so it's then lifting me up to that next level of vibration. Does that answer your question? Yeah. Rosie, do you want to add to that?
Cool. Well, no, just staying in your, because I love you saying not how do we get to it, it's how do we keep it, which says to me that you're already on it, right? And so honoring that you're on it, and keep unplugging from the matrix, because that's the only thing that's going to suck it anywhere, or you spiraling, will be energies out there. So you being in your own vibes and in your own kind of field, your energy field, which is so beautiful right now, is all you need to maintain. So the biggest thing is protect your peace. But protect doesn't mean block. It just means you being in your own vibrations. Keep unplugging and stay in that, right? Yeah.
So sometimes it's even uncovering like what pulls you out. Like what pulls me out is the news.
Yeah, well, yeah. Knowing your
like,
triggers, anything that triggers that, and using that as mindfulness to bring you back. 100%.
Awesome.
Does that
great
feel?
question?
Yeah, good stuff.
Awesome.
All right, Melissa,
You
my
know-
question is,
Claire,
since the conference,
again,
oh, sorry, Claire?
yeah.
We've got, sorry.
Sorry,
Yes,
we've got,
no?
did you want to speak, Claire? We've got,
Oh, yes, just a quick one. My question is, being in that environment and having, I'm staying with my ex-husband at the moment, and so he's very against all that woo-woo stuff. And so that's, yeah.
so you're laughing,
that's
wait,
totally okay.
you're laughing because, you're
Uh,
laughing because you know already. Why? You're laughing because?
I know that I don't need to be in this relationship. If
That's
the case.
correct. That's why
And
you're
how do I
laughing.
get, yeah. How do I
But
move
you
on?
also don't need him to be in the woo-woo. He can have his own thoughts and processes about it, but you could still do whatever you need to do in order to get yourself into a good vibration.
And so that's the reason why I'm in the, working at it again, because my heart says, well, if you can't do this one, you've got to do it with, I've got to do it with myself first.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the journey with everything. That's the journey with everything in our life, right? If we're looking to external things to give us what it is that we need, we will always be disappointed. Whereas if we allow,
going out in the grass and going outside, that's still looking for that external thing.
But it's doing what you need.
So you're not looking
Like
for somebody else to give you the love, the safety, the approval, the everything that you're seeking for from another, that you're giving that to you, right? It's developing that and strengthening that and cultivating that relationship with yourself. The biggest thing that I find is what is going to be so liberating for you is letting the other person be as they are. And that is so loving to them and so liberating for you. That, oh, I don't need to change you. I don't need you to be on my page. I don't even need you to be in my book, right? And it's all okay. Like, that's okay, because you know you've got you, and you are embedded within your own self-love and enoughness, and you're sitting in the seat, queen, of your inherent worth. So the invitation is to sit in the seat of your inherent worth. And anything that pulls you out of that is where you're out of alignment. So sit in the seat of your enoughness right now.
Awesome.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome, Claire. Okay, so Melissa asks, my question is, since the conference and with the rewiring every night, I now wake up, no word of a lie, at 1:11 every morning with the urge to get up and start my day. Oh my goodness, what's the question? What has happened to me? You've activated. Okay, I'm going to speak to this because obviously the rewiring's from me. You're activated. You're fully activated. What does 111? Do we all know what 111 is, guys? Do we all know this? Okay? Melissa, what does 111 mean for you?
Well, I'm thinking it's higher guidance, obviously through angel numbers. So I have felt that presence quite a lot from my predecessors,
Yeah.
and those that I know that are guiding me.
Yeah.
I thought I was going crazy. And it's just every morning, and I've tried to resist it. However, I got up this morning and I did it, and I meditated, and I actually just went out into the darkness, into my garden. I grounded. It was freezing, but I enjoyed it. I've just got this such excitement now to get up every day. It's just like something new, something new is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your light codes are activated. That's what's happening right now. The 111 is whatever is happening, that you're getting a snapshot of you're a powerful manifester. This is what it's showing you something. Some people get really super activated with the rewirings at night. It's like they can't listen to it at night. And it sounds like that's your case. I would switch to doing it in the morning instead of evening, because it's activating you. Not in a bad way. I think it's beautiful because that's where you're receiving whatever the guidance trying to come through. Don't block it, allow it to.
There's a lot of messages coming through. And I mean, yesterday, David and I had a very big session, and he has brought up a lot of things. And I've got a book. It's actually a funny book. It's a notepad. And it actually says executive assistant, because a fucking miracle worker isn't a proper title. So that's my everything that I want to see happen. And I read it out to David yesterday, and he said, I'm actually coming to you with exactly the same thing, because I think you've manifested it. And I said, well, I've got the solutions for everything. And he said, he called me a witch, which I was like, thank you.
You are. You actually are. You are.
Yeah.
You are, and you have been in the previous life.
Yeah.
So it's about you owning that now.
Yeah, I am owning it, and I'm opening up to it. And the thing is that so many things are downloading and coming to me, and I'm getting messages everywhere. Just I can look at someone in the business, and I can tell them what they need before it's happening. So there's so much magic happening.
I feel like your intuition is dialed in. That's what's happening right now. Okay, so you can switch to morning, but I mean, if it's not an
I'll give it a go. Yeah, I'll give it a go. I normally wake up. I normally wake up at 4, because that's the witching hour. It's now changed to 111. So I might do it in the morning. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
And Libby said the same thing's happening to her, Melissa. Hers is at 4:08 a.m.
Awesome.
So if you're, because these it's activation. You guys are being activated, and you're like, go on, Libby.
And if I go back to sleep, I have like the most challenging day ever. Whereas if I but like kind of like, rather than like rush into the day, if I just, I don't know, take the time, if that sounds so strange, but like if I usually in that space of waking up, I do like, they're called morning pages. So it's kind of like journaling, but it's more just getting down every thought and connecting. And I've got this weird notebook where I literally draw lines across like chunks of pages, and it makes sense at the time. And I find that I get like my top 3 things that I actually need to make movement on. They're the things that unlock typically the rest of the week. So if I ignore the day where I've gone, I really need to do that thing, and don't get it done, it actually turns out to be something that I'm like, oh, I should have prioritized that or remembered that, and not let, other things wash in.
I resonate.
The first 60 minutes, quite literally, of your day, and what you do in that 60 minutes sets the tone for your entire day 100% of the time. So if you're in your inbox, if you're on social media, in the first 60 minutes, you're not in your own vibe, you're in somebody else's agenda. So I think, that's why, Libby, for you, it's when you wake up, it's like giving yourself that space. The first 60 minutes, when I wake up in the morning, I have my lemon water, I walk, I meditate, this is my time. And then I'm focused out, like I'm fine tuning my own instrument, right? And then I'm on stage. Does that make sense? So really good. Anybody have any crazy dreams from their rewiring? Like Hollywood Hollywood can't even beat the dreams. Okay, yeah, that's normal. That's normal. It's your subconscious mind processing things in its own way. All right.
Yeah,
Don't
awesome.
worry about.
Okay, Mel has a question as well. It says,
Yeah.
she said, I can't seem to find my why. I can't seem to contact that in my heart. It feels so in my head and ego. I feel this is missing my foundations for success. It can be up. It came up with the tarot reading on Sunday as well, Rosie.
Yeah.
Mentioned something about grounding.
Yeah. Yeah. So Mel, your why.
Yeah, my why.
Yeah.
I just
So does anybody else struggle with this, or is it I just want to make sure, do we all know our whys? And that way I'll speak to Mel only. All right. So Mel, what gets to exist in humanity? Claire, okay, you too. So here's a question for you. I want you to know, and I want to ask you right now, what gets to exist in humanity because you woke up today, because you're breathing? What gets to exist in humanity because Mel is here?
So the first response is healing. That gets.
So drop into that, anchor into that. Healing. Healing for who and what?
For everyone, especially women.
That's your mission.
Okay. It feels so big.
And I just got goosebumps when you said it.
Yeah.
And I seriously just got goosebumps when you said it. And there's emotion coming up, which is saying that that's you. And it does feel so big. And that's what scares you. And that's why you don't want to step into the why.
You know your why.
What's it asking of you?
See, as soon as I say that sort of thing, I feel this, like I've got this massive ego going, you can do this and it's for everybody. And then I go, what a big fucking ego you've
That's
got,
not
Mel.
ego. That's not ego.
That's not
soul.
ego.
That's soul. And she's tapping you on the shoulder saying, are you going to answer the call? And you're like, shut up, ego. I'm not ego. I'm soul. So here's the thing, right? I want just arrive at the altar with me for a moment. Let's be in ceremony with her. You're not letting her speak because you think it's ego. It's not ego. Let her speak. When it says healing, what does it require of you? What does she want? Let her speak. She has her own entity. What does she say?
She says, hang on, that's my delivery. Sorry, big truck. She says, let's come out. That's what she says. Like when I feel this heat and this burn and this white, but I don't know how to put that in my business. So sure, I can do that.
I'm going to ask the questions now. Come out how? Come out where? Let her speak. Where does she want you to emerge?
And share.
Yeah, and share what? Don't think your eyes are rolling up your head. You're in your head.
She wants, yeah, I'm in my head.
Yeah, close your eyes. Turn your eyes inward. Find your feet, find your heart. So you're here to give women healing. She wants you to come out. Where and how?
It just feels so silly to say.
Just say it.
She wants to paint the world with scent. She wants people to actually step in to something that actually surrounds them and protects them.
It's beautiful.
Okay. What must Mel do?
Give.
How? What?
God.
Give what? Go. Yeah. What must Mel do in order for this to happen?
Be seen.
How can
Step
Mel
up.
be seen? Step up how?
Have a voice.
How can Mel share her voice and be seen?
By blending.
Mm-hmm. How can she share that?
By selling. And stop keeping all.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I feel sick now,
Oh,
like truly
yeah, because you've
traumatized
just,
sick.
yeah, because what's coming up around that? Is it too much?
Yeah, it feels huge. Huge. Like it's too big for me. That's what it feels like.
Your soul gave you this. It's not too big for you. It's too big for you. I mean, agree with you. It is too big for you. Yes, it is. Our own desires are fucking heavy. It's like a burden. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm going to speak for me now. I can't do this. It is too fucking big for me. Believe me. What I'm being called into, which is a very advanced, my human curriculum here on this planet is very advanced. And what I'm being called into is so fucking heavy, Mel. Oh yeah, I can't do this, but you're not, and I'm not.
Okay.
You're not doing it. You can't do this. No, you're human, but you're also 100% divine. What if we were to take what you've just unplugged from and plug you back in? Plug back in, because you can't do it, but you're not meant to. But something bigger than you will be able to move you and move through you. Is this making sense what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how the blends come through, is not with thinking.
That's correct.
They flood through.
Yes.
And up in the middle of the night or in the morning or whatever it is, stop what I'm doing and blend them.
Yeah.
And do you judge that? Do you ask, like, oh no, it's like, I can't do that. That's too big. Do you ask? Or you just do?
That. It's then bringing it out into the world to go, this is everything, because that feels like ego.
But what if it wasn't?
You know?
What if it was exactly the same universal energy, and instead of questioning it, you just followed through?
So your
judgment.
You're in direct ceremony with the entity. You know what, saying I can't do it, that's ego.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting, since just talking about this now, it's not me saying I'm not good enough, which was the thing before the course.
Yeah.
There's a shift in it. So at least there's a shift.
Yeah.
It's now saying, can I hold this?
Yes. That's
yeah. The ego is saying I can't because it's protecting you, because it wants you and it wants what's familiar, what's safe. Even if it's not good for you, it will retreat to what it knows. So this is unknown for you. This is unknown for ego, right? It doesn't know. But your soul loves it. Loves it. So my thing is, if you can ground into this and you're in direct communion with her, what do you want me to do? You want me to send that email? What do you want me to do? You want me to do that price list? What do you want me to do? And you're just listening, and I'm just listening to you. What next? And you're going to have a check-in 3 times a day. What next? I'm just on my path. I'm just the vehicle. You're just the vessel. Whatever I'm meant to be doing, tell me, guide me. I'm here. Let's go. And you're showing up to your calling. The first step is the why, but you know it now.
Yeah.
Do you know it now?
Yeah.
You're going to write it. You're going to put it where you can see it. I'm going to drop I'll drop a bonus guide, all about purpose, and you can ground it more into a fully structured sentence. Would that help you?
Oh, that'd be amazing. Because
cool. I'll do that.
It's stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And it also and Rashi's also added here that she totally resonates with this as well. And it's like, you see the vision and get excited, and then it's like, well, how? Right? It's not about the how. Like, it's what Rosie was sharing yesterday on Instagram. Like, we're focused on the wrong thing when we're looking at the how. Your soul knows how. You just need to listen, take the action, follow through.
You have an internal
it's just the
GPS.
next best step.
That's it. There's an internal GPS within you, and you've got it already within you. The problem is we're out. We've just got to go back in. You don't need to know everything. You just need to know the step, and then it will lead you to the next step. And every action you take, honestly, guys, I can't tell you how I got here. If you say, how in the beginning I wouldn't be able to tell you I got here. I can't tell you that. I never had, oh, this action of the step, is it going to get me there? I didn't think like that. I just took it. Now there's a woman, now she's a publisher. She owns a publishing house. She would never have thought that she would be where she is. And she started in a book shop, just as a cashier at a bookstore. And she loved writing, and someone gave her the opportunity to write an article she did for free. And then that opened doors to paid work. And then she edited for Hay House. And now she's a publishing house with 12 bloody published books. She would never have told you, oh, well, for me to get from there to there, this is what I did and how I did it. She actually just took the next step. Do you see what I mean? So you've got the internal GPS. You don't need to know the how, you just need to be the what. Know the what and know your why, and it will lead you just one step at a time. That's it.
Not the whole staircase. So good. Awesome. Mel, do you feel like you got your answer?
Yeah, and I'm scared of it.
That's okay. That's okay. You can take the fear with you. Just don't let it drive.
Yeah. Okay. Don't let the pigeon drive the bus. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a lovely one.
Yeah, your
Don't
girl
let
is
it drive. Wow.
Your girl is scared. That's all.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Emma, you've popped in here. Let's talk about the listening. Can you please elaborate on that? I'm guessing she's meaning, I'm hoping you're still there and you're listening. So either unmute yourself, please. Yes, please share with us.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I actually don't know what to actually say now, because you know that I'm feeling quite good at the moment. So it's more about, I've got this big goal and know it's the right thing to move forward with. And I'm in trust and faith and in intuition with that goal and that vision. And I'm not looking for the how, because I actually don't know how the fuck I'm going to find the how. Like, I'm not even bothering that. But I think it's more the listening. It's the listening of the like, because the steps, I kind of sort of know the steps that need to happen. I feel like I've listened to that bit. But it's like the other steps, I guess, and just making sure that I'm actually listening to the right information to take the action when it's there and not miss it.
So could you come back to a place of trust and know that the next step will be presented when you're ready?
Maybe.
Because if you already know, like, then some of the next steps, like, you know what you need to do. So it's that action piece, right? And I think
it's that, yeah. It's that really, I mean, you know, because I had that massive dream the other day where it was like I was in a car and it was just like, it's definitely now, like it's like it wants me to go now. But it's like making sure that the action, like I can fulfill, like I know that I'm trying to fulfill something before, as I said to you the other day, before I go home, that I've got to like there's a lot of drive there. Like I know that the goal's huge. And like it's only come in through a random drop. It just was so random. But I know that my soul body is ready for it. It's just connecting all the pieces. That's why I don't want to really say much, because I think I'm nearly there.
So you know how to listen, right? That's not the issue. You know how to listen. It's like, I think honestly, I feel like it's coming back to trust. Don't you agree, Rosie?
Yeah. So I think you just need to allow your body to catch up with, because you said your soul's ready. So allow your body to catch up with that. Yeah. So it's almost like this is where you want and this is where you are, and just allow your.
Because like, I know Emma shared with me the other day, she's had massive integrations in the last month, like massive.
Yeah, you've got to let it land. This is what I'm getting. You're not like, so you're, instead of going, okay, I've got to just let it land. It's coming. I can feel it's coming for you. Are you stalled? Are you stuck? Is there, no, you're not. are you taking action? This is what I want to know. Don't wait for aligned action. There's no such thing as
No,
perfect
no.
aligned action. You're not doing that.
So probably a little bit of the backstory is that I had quite a spiritual awakening on Sunday, which was quite intense. And part of it was through a Kundalini teacher that had died last week, my guru. So it sort of came through that, and then a mixture of other things. And it's been really heavy energy for me because I deal with a lot of the lockdown shit. But it was just, it was really, so
did you
everything's
receive a
there,
Kundalini?
like it's all, and
sorry, did you get a Kundalini awakening? Can you confirm? Is that what you said?
Yeah, part of it was that. And then there was, I think there was, like, I was literally doing stuff around the Lions Gate.
Oh my God.
From 6 until 12. So I kind of blacked out. That's what I mean. It's a bit weird because I haven't really had that experience where I blacked out for about an hour. And then, but I'd done a Kundalini first thing at 6, and then had the guru who had died last week come through at 11, and then at 11:50 did the Lions Gate meditation. So it was a mixture of things, and I've always had a thing with death, which obviously from our thing that we did, I kind of addressed some of that, but then I was like more like, okay, I get it. Like, I'm here to do my thing. I'm going to go home eventually, and I'm here to really do what I've been, like, a lot of the stuff that we've been working on just all sunk in about, like, I am here to experience everything, the joy, the hurt, and that the dark, there'll be light with the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my resistance. It's like I don't listen to the drops all the time, but I was definitely listening to the ones on Sunday.
Yeah,
it's the story.
Yeah. I'm just fully open. I don't feel like there's anything that needs to be even done here. Just let
there's
it
no
land.
answers you need.
Yeah, there's nothing. Just you've been through a lot. Like, I'm sorry, what you've just said to me, Em, is huge upgrade. So not just conference, but that is a lot, and there's a lot of energy moving right now, and you just need to allow. Just being in the allowance now. Don't even. There's no do, be, allow.
And that's why I think it was more, it's my hesitation. It's kind of like what Rachel said. It's more that whole, I'm so like, like I'm high vibing.
Yeah.
And don't want to necessarily, it's not that I don't want to go back to it, but I know that probably that question was my ego brain saying, okay, there's that freak out mode.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a like, even like I can sense the same. My guides are saying to me right now, that was a really fucking dumb question, because my guides are hilarious, by the way.
So you're so in touch with them. That's just so it's when you receive an awakening, and I know exactly what you speak of. It's really hard to go back to what is, like, all of the shit that's not as human and ego and all of that, right? And we don't want to go back there. Like, how do we maintain this state? And it's almost like you become a piece of the puzzle that no longer fits, right? And it's about integrating. It's about allowing. You are high vibing and staying in that, and you'll be naturally, what's going to end up happening is all the things that are aligned to you in that state will start coming to you. You don't have to do a thing.
But I think that's a beautiful.
I know.
And I think it's a beautiful way for us to close this call out, right? Like, trust, come back to that, and just know that you already have all the answers that you need within yourself, which is just FX. So I just want to acknowledge each and every one of you today for showing up and to sharing openly and acknowledging your breakthroughs and your shifts, because each and every step that you take, you acknowledge them, you embed them even further. So keep acknowledging them and keep supporting yourself with that, staying focused on where you want to go rather than the old stuff from the past, and just keep moving forward, which is awesome. We are going to be reconvening on the 26th. So our next call is on the 26th of August at 10 a.m. And we'd love to see you again then. If you have any questions or need any support, jump into the Facebook group in between and share them there. If you have any more questions, just pop them in the Facebook group. You're welcome to utilize that group and support each other and share and, ask any questions you possibly need.
And the last little piece as well, we would love for you to, if you haven't just yet, you will remember that we spoke about your soul work from the Rise Up conference. There were some pages in the booklet that we didn't cover in the conference, but we'd love you if you feel like you would feel called to do this work when you go over the pages. The pages in the booklet are page 49 to 58. You'll see it's called soul work. And so if you haven't done that just yet, I would ask you to do that before our next call as well.
So our next call is, because everything's landing right now, you're very much an integration. Our next call is going to be about moving forward. So we're going to take everything that you've grounded with us today, and we're going to move you forward now to future, to taking big steps for what you're creating. We'll drop the purpose bonus thing for Mel in Rise Up. I'll drop some meditations for you guys as well. We'll just give you resources to access. And we look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks.
Can I ask a little quick question?
Yeah.
If we want to keep going with the rewiring after Monday, can we keep going?
Yes. So you could probably get it down to 3 times a week.
Okay.
Yeah. So if anybody's missed a few days, did somebody say they missed a few days? Was that
Danny? But she's not on the call. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if anybody missed a few days, just tag on the extra few days at the end. You do not need to start the whole rewiring again. Just tag on for longer. If you are older, so someone like, so let's say Claire, I would make your rewiring 30 days, not 21 days. Just got a little bit more upgrades than normal to do. With so much love. And Alan, so much love.
And I think that's me. Great. Thank you, darlings.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.